everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm not alone, I have a friend. Bex is my only friend.
I am her only friend. Your only friend.
Yeah, it's true. She's the one I've roped in to helping me with my new channel, Confidence Conversations. Basically, I've asked Bex to join me because we're going to talk about subjects and topics that are, you know, very relevant at the moment, but also very relevant to lots and lots of people's lives. And that's the whole point, is to have a conversation about it. But also, I also want to show that I can help people through the art of makeup to feel a little bit more confident, depending on what issue they have. Now, Bex, my love, has unfortunately always battled with depression, which throughout most of her life, and most of the time that I've known you, actually. But yeah, so this is something that I thought would be a really good subject, because I know lots and lots of people out there, and I think it's actually become a lot more open. A lot more people are talking about it.
Absolutely, which is amazing. There's a lot of focus on mental health and well-being, and lots of people just talking about how mental illness is just as big a deal as physical illness. And for anyone that's suffered from depression, it's just so important to talk about it, because the worst thing about depression is that it can be very isolating, and you know, you do feel very alone, and a lot of people don't really understand and just think, you know, you can snap out of it, but unfortunately it doesn't work like that.
It's about making you feel confident, so then you can go out there and be the best person that you possibly can be and feel inside. So, I mean, I really appreciate you joining me. And also, we're going to use a lot of stuff that Bex has bought herself, as in her own makeup. Some of it high street, some of it not, but it's all stuff that she feels comfortable using and that she wants to use. Now, should we start with skin? Because you've got beautiful skin anyway.
Thank you.
So this is Sarah Chapman, what's it called?
Skin Sis.
Oh my, well,
Skin
brilliant. Bring something that I can't pronounce just for a change.
Sarah Chapman. Sarah Chapman.
Sarah Chapman stuff. This is it. So, you say that one thing that really helps you when you're in a really bad way, and when you're having a bad black day, shall we call it, is your skin. So, I mean, why would you wear makeup? Most people are like, don't even want to get out of bed, not interested, I don't care what I look like. Why would you do that?
I think for anybody that's had depression and knows about it, there are sort of different levels of it. There's like the level where you can't even get out of bed. There's the level where you don't mind getting out of bed, and you know, you can maybe do a few day-to-day things, but your appearance is not really something that is a priority to you. However, if I'm in that place and I'm thinking, right, I've got to do something to make myself feel better, I'll have a shower, I'll wash my hair, I will prep and prime my skin with some face wipes, a little bit of Nivea, and I will put some Sarah Chapman on, and that's about it. I might groom my brows, and then I'll feel a little bit like I've made at least some kind of effort. If I'm at that next level where I can think I can go out and face the world, or I have to get up and go to work, which obviously you do anyway, regardless of whether you're feeling in a depressive state or not, I will then do a makeup that I know makes me feel good, which is what we're going to do today. But
basically, we are doing a makeup that is kind of what Bex does, exactly like you said, to make her feel good if she has to go to work or anything like that. So it's quite an empowering makeup that you use. But again, you know, I'm not saying that this is something you have to do or anything like that, but it's all about what makes you feel good and makes you get up and fight the day with this. But this is the Pure Brightening Serum Foundation. I actually really love this. It's really light.
It's really light.
I'm also going to use this brush, the Iconic brush.
I don't usually use that. I usually use a sponge.
I've been given this. It doesn't look like you're caked in makeup, which is the most important thing. I mean, if you want to look like you're caked in makeup, then maybe don't go for this.
I don't want to look like I'm caked in makeup, but I do find...
Have a look into the camera, show people. Look how dewy and gorgeous that is. Very nice. And also, you don't want to put too much stuff. I've just used a little bit of concealer underneath your eyes, and I've used the Maybelline Erase Eraser. This is in nude. No, this is light, actually.
Oh,
I love this.
Yeah, I like that one.
Really nice. Now, again, your skin's really dewy. I'm going to leave that for a bit before I put any powder on. But, I mean, this is very much a routine that you do yourself anyway.
Yeah.
But it's also really nice for other people to know kind of colours and things that you use. But basically, this is a really nice cream shadow by Ico. What colour is it? Quartz. Anyway, it's that colour. It's really pretty. And the nice thing about it is they've got a little brush on the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wash it over your eye. Now, you guys must have seen and noticed that Bex has the most incredible eye colour in the world. She's got beautiful green eyes, so some kind of pinky peachy tone I think looks incredible. Now, I'm going to do just a really thin line on you. I'm going to flick it out a little bit, just for jazzy nice. Reasons. This one is the Ultra Black Slim Bourgeois Liner. I think a lot of people think that they suffer with depression and they don't. So how do you know? And also, when did yours start? Were you quite young or?
I think the first time I ever really noticed it was when I was doing my A-levels. And if I'm honest, I don't think it was until I had the second really bout of depression that I realised that that was probably the first time. I'd had a really difficult argument with a friend, and it upset me to the degree that I didn't get out of bed for 2 weeks, and I took 2 weeks off school. And that may sound very dramatic, but I was very emotional and I felt a lot, which I still do. And I was so sad about losing this friendship, and I didn't know how to deal with the emotions that I was having, that I actually ended up dropping an A-level because I just felt like I couldn't cope with everything that was going on, the studying, my parents were getting divorced, and it just felt so hard. So instead of dealing with it, I stayed in bed, and I think my parents were both quite concerned, and it was sort of like the beginning of the second week where I hadn't really got up and done anything, that my mum and dad sort of said, look, you know, do you want to talk about school? Do you want to, what can we do to help?
Yeah.
So I went to the doctor and I explained, and we talked all kind of different things through, and we decided at that time that dropping an A-level would help, and actually it really did, and
takes the pressure off a bit.
It took the pressure off, and luckily things just started to come around. And it wasn't until I was 19 that I suffered that was the first really bad episode after I came back from travelling. My parents had then separated and we were moving out of our childhood home, and I really lacked decision and direction about what I wanted to do with my life. And instead of dealing with it, I dressed in a tracksuit for a year. I grew all of my hair everywhere. It sounds so awful.
No,
I lost the ability to care about my look. You know, I just literally, we were living in rented accommodation while we were waiting for my mum's flat to be ready, house to be ready. And that was when my parents, you know, and my family doctor, who was my mum's best friend, suggested that I get some kind of therapy to help deal with some of the things. And that was one of the best things I ever did. And I still use therapy as a means of coping now. I can't speak highly of it. I know it's not right for everybody, but having an impartial advisor is amazing. And I've learned lots of different things to help make me feel like I can cope. And, you know, sometimes just putting on makeup and making my skin look good is great. Exercise is probably the biggest thing. You know, you know, it's a massive part of my life, and I wouldn't give it up because...
No, I think it helps a lot of people, actually. I think that kind of focus really helps.
It really does, and the endorphins that lift you. I'm not saying, you know, it's right for everyone, but I would say, like, just being able to get up, go for a walk, do some, like, activity, it's amazing how much it can help.
That's really important.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I think That looks really pretty. It doesn't look like your caked in makeup, it just looks lovely, but it really lined your eyes beautifully, actually. And you love this.
I do.
I introduced you to this.
You did.
I'm not trying to like score points here, but I'm just saying it's a really good mascara. This is Perversion. I said that one right?
Yeah,
which
you
is
did.
a shocker. Really good. This is by Urban Decay. I actually love this mascara and I keep forgetting that I love it so much.
I do love it.
It's quite a thick brush.
That's why I love it, because of the thick brush. The only thing I would say is there's always masses of product on the wand straight away. You know, like...
Yeah, you don't like that at all.
No,
though.
if it had a really tight end, you know, when you
out.
pull the brush out, it usually like takes off a lot of the product. So I usually...
you wipe it.
I wipe it back into the pot.
You really don't like a lot of product though, do you,
No.
on your mascara? I mean, you've got very thick, quite long lashes as well, so you don't need an awful lot.
I do find makeup helps me with like almost like an emotional mask.
Mm-hmm.
It helps me fake it till I've made it, if that is the right thing. You know, it's like if you actually get out there and pretend, put on a little bit of makeup, get out there, shoulders back, head high.
Okay, so while you were chatting, I was filling in your eyebrows.
Yes.
And you love Spiked Eyebrow Pencil by MAC. It's teeny weeny weeny. I love this, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Sorry
it's
to
lovely.
interrupt, but I really like this.
You gave it to me.
I gave it to you and I'm a bit annoyed that I
Do you want it back?
No, it's fine. It's called Strobing Stick Shine by Iconic. Oh, I love it. It looks so nice.
It's very nice. It feels nice
Look into the mirror. Look at that. Look at that dewy little shine. Hi shine on your cheek. Now I'm just going to quickly bronze you up a bit because you do look a little bit dead. But
Thanks.
I made sure that I got all your creams on first. And you got this one.
I did.
What is this?
It's the Laura Geller Baked Bronzer in medium
It's
that
amazing.
you recommended. I do. I love it. Yeah, I do.
Love it.
I have to say, it took me a lot to switch from my MAC matte bronze, but this is my favourite thing ever.
It's so good, and it also can be used as a bit of an eyeshadow, which I will pop on a little bit actually. Gorgeous, so you just got a nice healthy glow.
I don't look dead anymore.
No. You're welcome. Now, you've got a little routine with your blushes.
I do. I have a routine.
This is your
with my
MAC
blusher.
one. This is
Yeah.
Dainty Mineralised. Let me show you everyone. This is gorgeous, lovely peachy tone. And it's got a bit of a sheen to it. Yeah, it's nice. It's got a bit of a sheen, but it's not a heavy colour, that one, so it's quite a nice one to pop over.
Yeah, anyone that likes a subtle sort of finish and just but with a hint of colour, they're great. But
I am going to take a bit of this Laura Geller. I'm just going to go in with the little brownie bits. Just close for me. I'm just going to pop that just in your crease line, just like with an... This is a Zoeva. Yes.
Well
Crease
done.
brush. Thank you. Now, lipstick. This is why... That's the question. Not a, it wasn't a critical question, by the way.
I don't think during my teens I had the confidence to wear strong lip colours. In my early to late 20s, and when I started working at MAC after we finished university, I started to experiment more, and I found this one shade when I was working at MAC, and it is
Dun dun dun!
Impassioned.
It's amazing.
And it's my favourite go-to lipstick ever. I've never found another colour like it.
It is beautiful. It literally just lifts the whole look, and it's beautiful.
I feel like myself when I have this lipstick on.
Right, so there you have it. That is Bex's confident makeup look, and you look gorgeous. I thank you so much for doing this. You were incredibly brave to talk about it, and I really appreciate that. And that's one thing that I hope everyone watching really kind of gathers, is the fact that this is not an easy conversation to have, and it's, you know, it's quite touching, and I hope it helps a lot of people out there. And that's the whole
I hope
point.
so too. You know, it's something that never goes away, and I think you learn coping mechanisms as you go throughout your life, and you get better at them. And some people are really lucky and only have a couple of bouts throughout their life. I think for me, I know myself that it will be something that happens to me for the rest of my life, but I'm very lucky that I have amazing friends and family, and I've learned some really good coping mechanisms to support me when I do, have those bouts. So But as I said at the beginning, talking about it and getting more people aware is the best thing, you know, for mental health. So I hope that, you know, anybody who's watched.
Yeah, I hope it's helped, and I think, you know, as you said, it's a really good conversation to have, and I think it's really important. And
go and buy yourself an Impassioned. That will really help.
Do it, or a bright orange,
or Morange,
Now, you guys must have seen and noticed that Bex has the most incredible eye colour in the world. She's got incredibly gorgeous eyes, and she's single for any of you guys out.
Thanks for sharing that, Bryony.
We'll get that. Or will we?
Such a loser.